We're now looking at Morbid, the 7 Acolytes, which is a very brutal, gory, Lovecraftian horror RPG thing. So it's potentially a bit ridiculous, but we'll see. We'll see. We need the timer because every game we check out gets a maximum of 1 hour to convince us. That's our system. And I'm gonna hit play. Genetically modified broccoli. Uh-huh. Good start. Okay. So, mouse and keyboard is what I try first. Always. I'm not really sure about the controls. Interact E, dodge space, toggle inventory. Oh well, okay, that's very straightforward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey Deviate, welcome back. Tab. We've got a sword and a rifle, and this is Crombie's canister to refill. It's made for controller, but I'm gonna try with mouse and keyboard anyway. We've got others are a bit odd here. That's hard to read. User interface is not ideal. Law entry, run. Got 2 equipment slots for 2 weapons. Oh. Yes. Ammo capacity increased. Stone of Dibrum upgraded. Guess we can't go that way. Okay, we've got stamina. I'm not sure if there was a way to rebind the controls. Yes, but not to mouse 4. Okay. Fair enough. What, we can't talk to the person? Disgusting gruel. Oh, the targeting is very important, apparently. Okay. Medicine pallets. Lesser rune of rage. Permanently gives a melee weapon or firearm fired plus 10%. Yeah, it actually adds 10% off the physical as fire. Okay, but I haven't understood yet why I shot the gun earlier. Because just clicking the right mouse button does this, and holding it, and then releasing it shoots the gun. Alright, there's the explanation. So the gun is not for spamming attacks. More disgusting gruel. Oh, okay. But the disgusting gruel does not appear in the Oh, it's here. It's in the behind my face. Here. Rune of Panic. Electricity. Alright, the gun has 1 slot, the sword has 3 slots. I just see that now. That's the user interface is a bit Death exalts a morbid mind, my child. Sure. What does that mean? It's a broccoli. God, what a brutal game. Face breakers. Inspect. Knuckle dusters. Okay. Hair. Are we the bad guys because we're not growing? The gun is not doing any damage to them, right? Okay. Cold damage. Run for the hills. Oh crap. A lightning shroom. But not as a slot. Ah, it's a timed buff. Okay. You are a striver, aren't you? I thought you all perished when the Isle of Dibram burned. What? Been a while. May Magratheus guide your path. The Great Sword of Dibram. Oh yeah, that's a slow one. A fire shrew, okay. But we have no inkling of what the hell is going on. We are just smashing squishy things. Oh. Okay. The level of sanity affects the damage you deal and take, the amount of XP you earn, and the amount of specters you face. Where is my sanity? Oh, up there? Ah, okay. So sanity is the stat here. Yeah. Okay. How do I find out what I've got here in the dash, maps, enemies. Okay, you learn about the enemies. I can't use the mouse in the interface at all. Three different axes, lots of different swords. So there are lots of weapons to discover. Not many firearms though. Ultima. Huh? He's not a friend. I think that costs me sanity though. But I can't check. Yeah, the interface is not good. I mean, I do like the color red, but that doesn't make it gory or Lovecraftian. I mean, yeah. Bleeding. I'm gonna go back to the sword. The knuckle dusters are a bit too close quarter combat for me. With the sword I have at least a bit of range. But yeah, it's the same again here. I can't really tell when something is gonna attack. or when, how fast, and it's Morbid time. What does that mean? Big Cowboy, come in. Is it called Morbid? It's called Morbid. It's murder time. Oh, there's a wall here. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, my gun is useless. Oi! Oh, they did a bit of damage, huh? Yeah, they're blocking that. It's a reference to that Morbius movie that everybody hates. Oh, I have no idea. I am, as always, very, very not aware of anything that everybody does. It's a blessing sometimes. Most of the time. But yeah, this is as exciting as it gets for the game, I guess. What does this do? Oh. Evil birds. They want my sanity. War. Oh, out of stamina. I forgot. I won in a masterful display of combat prowess. I showed that enemy who's boss. I think I'm going back to the knuckle dusters actually. Sprites and bottles of Coke. Punch the tree. Yeah, it certainly has atmosphere. It just, the atmosphere completely leaves the game in an undignified way as soon as there's combat. Allah. Oh. It makes it move weird and... Oh. The Gardens of Mornia. Oh no. I don't even see where the journal is. Do I have to connect the controller to see the journal? Like logbook, journal? Is that blocking? Sneaking? I can't even do that with the... Oh, I used an item now. Oh, I don't know. You can probably just... I don't know where to dodge here. Quick, back to the other controls. You can probably only access that when you are at the not campfire from Dark Souls. Oops. Yeah, so the the combat is a bit weird, because if I aim up or down, the character still punches and goes a bit up or down. Sometimes to the left is not very precise. I'm not really sure if I should use this at all. World lore. See, there it is. Where we learned about feeler gates. They are biological organisms, not unlike genetically manipulated broccoli, as we learned earlier, which grow in thick, impenetrable formations. These plant-like creatures have been harnessed by the Gahars as their way of dividing and ruling the kingdom. Instead of explaining the otherworldly level gates, you could just leave them unexplained. It's an option. Abiding only to the will of their masters, the tentacle barriers will not retract to anyone else. However, there is a way to get past these imposing walls of tendrils by destroying the often exposed and vulnerable heart of the organism. Yes. Well, this is a Lovecraftian horror game. I think it's missing itself, missing its own point. It's a nice try. It really is a nice try. But the combat is not half as fun as it should be in a game like this. Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed. You can't really read anything. Only the exalted may enter. And, you know, we have a sanity meter and health, and I don't know what this is. The green meter. Is this that stamina? Yeah, that's stamina, okay. Oh no, it's the wild pig of doom and death and destruction. Yay, the way back. It's a Metroidvania. What does this do again? I still don't know what that does. Here, have a go. Stop it. It's hard to do combat with feedback, with hit feedback like this, with graphics like this. The only game I have played where that works is Children of Morta, which is a much better looking pixel game with really good graphics and very, very good hit feedback, and it shows you where your moves go, where the enemy's moves go, and so on. It's much better at that. So we find a different claw weapon, which is slower but does more damage, and bleeding included. Okay, we have here life drain. We put on it. See, this is pretty cool. You can find lots of different weapons. They well, melee weapons. They all behave very differently. Well, a bit differently, and they have modifying slots, and these are permanent decisions. As far as I can tell, you can't take the mods out again. And then you are in possession of poison shrooms, which are temporary buffs, which it should tell you. It just says on the permanent bonuses that they are permanent. It doesn't say on these that they are temporary, which is a bit confusing. So, you know, if this is like a 1, 2, 3 people team behind this, and this is their first game, I guess that's quite a good effort. But yeah, The main gameplay part of this is the combat, and I mean, it might just be because we are at the beginning of the game and there's like really weird enemies, but it's not good enough for that. Especially the first bits of combat need to be gripping or snappy or less like this. Oh, one of those again. Oh, gee. How did he do that? Oh, my stamina is going. Ah, he just blocked those. Ah. This is just boring. This is not really exciting or anything. This is just very boring. I mean, he hits hard, but sometimes I don't even know where he's gonna hit, so it's more of a gamble if he hits me or not. See, he did hit me there. And now we're gonna revive ourselves here with consequences? No, I don't know. It's sometimes so hard to put into words what exactly is missing. They obviously put a lot of work into the atmosphere of the game. They should have made the user interface easier to read. And taking Dark Souls as an inspiration is always a bad idea because it has the most horrible user interface ever. I stand by that, and I will defend it until blood is drawn. On the PC, Dark Souls is the biggest bullshit interface I have ever encountered. It is nearly impossible to use in a logical or any other way. And lots of games that take their inspiration from that series, because for some reason it is very popular, they all copy the shit out of it. And I mean the shit, not the good stuff. There are cool things about Dark Souls and their mechanics and numbers, but why do they all have to copy the bad shit? I don't get it. Oh, let's make it very confusing, mysterious, and, you know, hard to read. Maybe also hide some important information until the player mysteriously uncovers it and feels like very rewarded that he's been told something. I don't get it. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but it is really, really bad to copy that. It's not working. It's not mysterious. It's not fun. It's not motivating. It's just bad. And for the enemies, I don't know really what's missing. But for this guy, for example, he has this little hit animation. There's a little white sparkle that says this is gonna hurt. But I think it hurts before the sparkle appears. And it's not, you know, my hitbox is not very precise, and their hitbox is also not very precise. Oh. Like, I know where they want to go with this, but they're just not arriving there, which is a bit of a pity. It's a bit of a pity. Oh, we can block as well. Let's try that. I forgot about that. Ah, see, we can. So that's what the white thingy is for. Yeah, he's not hitting me. Yeah. It's impossible, nearly impossible to tell where they will hit and where they won't hit. Feels a bit like playing For Honor earlier, where I don't really get the timing at all, and I don't really know how to improve that. But you can parry, that's nice. He's not hitting me. Just. And then there he hit me before the thing appeared. I shot him in the face. Which, when you hold the parry button slightly too long, you shoot your gun. Yeah. Yes. For Honor was making me very sad and frustrated at the same time, because I really liked their take on it. It was like they took Die by the Sword and let it cook for like 20 years and make a proper control system out of it, but I can't get into it. It was very hard to set up the mouse in a way that it was not too twitchy. And even when I set it up so that it's not super twitchy, I felt it was very confusing to see the opponent's block direction, but then to react to their actual attack, which was shown in red for like a 1/10 of a second or something. So I was slow, but I didn't feel slow. I felt like the game was doing something weird, so I couldn't react in time. And then I tried to take these indications away to try to read the opponent's move. Like when they go with the top swing, I wanted to react in time, but I felt it was like a tiny bit too fast. And my reactions on the controls were too slow. But I don't think it was down to me being super slow. I mean, I'm old. I don't have the reaction times of a 16-year-old anymore, but I'm not that slow. So there was some kind of friction between my inputs and the outcome in the game. But I really like what they are trying to do. I just couldn't get into it. You thought there was a world where you could get into that, but that world would need to have a lot fewer other games. Yes. It's... I think it's also, what did I say earlier? I kind of want to try it again. Maybe just because I'm exhausted. Or it's not the, that's the sort of game I can only play on certain days. And it's really taxing on the concentration. And if I'm not really 100% in there, I can't really play it. Or learn it, for that matter. I tried with the controller, that was worse. So for me, it's a control issue. I think the game is not bad. They definitely have something going there, but I don't see myself learning their controls just for what they are offering, because they are not offering that much in the end. It's all about the fight. And yeah, I'd rather play, I don't know, 1,000 hours of something else in the end. Where I have an easier time to get to the game part. And for this here, it's not as bad as it sounds in the Steam description. Let me read that for you. Morbid, The Seven Acolytes, is a horror punk action RPG filled with Lovecraftian horrors and Cronenbergian gore, making it the most gruesome take on the isometric Souls-like genre yet. There are so many pointers there to not touch that at all. It's like, nope, 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 nope. Yeah, right? So it actually has quite a cool atmosphere. The animations, the little things, the music in the background, that's all pretty good. The sounds of the enemies and the combat sounds, they are not so good. The mysterious Dark Souls inspired BS introduction to the game is really bad. Like, oh look, there's a lore book. What does it tell us? Shift to run. Oh, okay, we can run. That's just bad. It takes away all the atmosphere. Right? If you start here and you look at the game, it's like, oh, what's that pig doing? That's something curious. And then, oh, what's that? That's something mysterious. And there must be someone in trouble in the town. And then you go into the town, it's like, hold shift to run. Oh. And also it should vanish then. Anyway, you ignore that. It's tutorial BS, so you just ignore that. And then you go smashy smashy. Right? You go smashy smashy and you can dodge rolly stuff. It's like, oh, look at that, I'm dodge rolling, and you have stamina, and it's okay, right? You learn things, and then you right, that was okay. Now this is open. Now you have understood how that works. Right, and then you sort of meet an actual enemy somewhere after lots of dodge rolling, or some drunk fool. Barnum wants to drink in peace. And as soon as you find actual enemies, it gets really weird. I can't parry the tentacles. You can only parry things that have a... Oh, you can parry them. Okay. They don't have a white sparkly thing. So the combat is not precise enough. The enemies interact with the player in a completely boring and unengaging way, and in the end you probably die a lot because of not precise hitboxes, and that is just a pity, because I think there is probably something cool, but I can't just play this for 3 hours to find out if there is something cool coming, and if it's worth suffering through the very not precise controls and then not good hit feedback. I just wish sometimes that these indie games, with their cool ideas and their not mainstream ideas, they would nail the basics before they would do all their cool ideas. Like, remove the whole setting, remove the whole atmosphere. The base combat needs to work. Like, it does need to work. And then you can paint it and whatever and do your storytelling. Not the other way around. Like, yeah, we might get the controls improved. Maybe. We'll see. So, we had a look at the demo. They are asking €25 for it, so that's a big nope. It's cool that they have a demo, but they will probably not profit from that.